So for supine draping, I make sort of an airplane fold here, and then halfway through to the midline of the body with a little more at the hip for anchor. And then I undrape the bottom part first at the legs, and not tucking underneath, but just pinning here and then pulling the sheet tight here. If someone were nervous or they had trauma, they might want to grab the drape, or they might secure it this way, which is kind of nice either way. And then I lift the leg. If I can't lift the leg for any reason, I just ask them to bend their knee and I guide it. And then I'll bring this part of the sheet up and then just follow for underneath the calf and straighten out so nothing's bunchy underneath the leg. And then for the top, I pull this nice and tight at an angle, and then I push my fingers into the table, and then I bring this sheet over, and then depending on what I'm working, I might pull this down, or I might bring the hand to the stomach just to anchor the drape in a really secure way. So next I'm gonna demonstrate working on the abdominals using a breast drape. So for that, I would only expose the parts I'm working on. So I'm gonna redrape, which means that I need an anchor, and I'm gonna be slightly lifting the leg and pulling at the same time. So there's always a weight up in the middle of the body. And then I would straighten out the sheets. Just like so. And then for the breast drape, I would, even if they agreed at the beginning of the massage, I would check in again with them. Is it okay that I use a breast drape on you? Okay, so what I'm gonna do, and you tell the client what you're going to do, is I'm gonna bring this blanket down first to your lower abdominis. And then sometimes I'll just check just to make sure I know where their iliac crest is. And then I'll fold like my breast drape. In this case, it's a king size pillowcase. And then I'll let them know exactly what I'm gonna do before I do it. So I'm going to marry together the top sheet and this king size pillowcase, and then I'm gonna pull that down, but I'm gonna keep your chest covered. So is that okay? So it is kind of, for a second, like right at the throat area. So I try to not bunch it up too much for very long. And then I pull this down, and then I usually pin that here, and then keep pulling down the sheet. So just everything super light and careful. So that way I'm doing it correctly and not exposing my client. And then I will tuck the breast drape underneath their arms so it's nice and secure. And then if I need more access, I will fold this up, and then I'll do like a final check, like, does that feel safe to you? Okay. And then I would work on their abdominals. And so to re-drape my client, I would just bring everything up, and thank you. And then, it's okay. And then like this, and then I would ask them, can you lift your arm just a little so I can pull the sheet? And then I would, it's really important not to like glide it out real fast, but just like in sections. I don't want to irritate skin or anything sensitive. So I would just say, can you lift your arm a little bit? And then just do this in like short segments to pull it without touching their face.